Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today I will be discussing about the science behind the new or novel coronavirus COVID-19 and the facts about it. As this is a major event in the human history, these informations will be helpful for upcoming NET, GATE, SET and other competitive exams. So let's start. The whole world is suffering with pandemic COVID-19 as around 2.8 million people are affected with around 200,000 deaths as of 24th April 2020. In the past 20 years, two additional coronavirus epidemics have occurred. These are SARS and MERS. SARS or severe acute respiratory syndrome provoked a large-scale epidemic beginning in China in 2003 and infected 24 countries with approximately 8,000 cases and 800 deaths. While MERS or Middle East Respiratory Syndrome began in Saudi Arabia in 2012 and has approximately 2,500 cases and 800 deaths, MERS still occurs as sporadic cases. Infection from the new coronavirus came to light in December 2019. Patients with unexplained low respiratory infections were first detected in Wuhan, located in China's Hubei province, and was reported to the WHO country office in China on 31st December 2019. Published literature can trace the beginning of symptomatic individuals back to 19th December 2019. First patients showed severe respiratory distress as doctors were unable to identify the causative agent. These first cases were classified as pneumonia of unknown etiology. It was believed that the disease had something to do with the Huanan seafood market in Wuhan, as about 20 of these early patients visited this market earlier. At first, few scientists also thought that it can be a new outbreak of SARS. Based on these reports on January 30, 2020, as per the International Health Regulations or IHR 2005, the outbreak was declared as a public health emergency of international concern by WHO. On February 11, 2020, scientists from Department of Pathology in Beijing unraveled the genome in the novel coronavirus. The genome showed 80% similarity with SARS. International Community or Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses (ICTV) termed it SARS-CoV-2 virus as it is very similar to one that caused the SARS outbreak in 2003. After which, on the same day, that is on February 11, 2020, the WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced that the disease caused by this new or novel coronavirus is called COVID-19, which is the acronym for Coronavirus Disease 2019. Concerning COVID-19, WHO raised the threat level to the COVID epidemic to very high on February 28, 2020. On March 11, 2020, WHO declared the COVID-19 a pandemic. According to WHO, pandemic means when a disease is prevalent over a whole country or the world. Now, in order to understand the novel coronavirus in detail, we will first shed light on what is a virus. Virus is a submicroscopic infectious agent. It can replicate or make identical copies only inside live cells of an organism. It is a vector for getting genetic information in a cell. This genetic information can be DNA or RNA that carries the blueprint to make more copies of the same virus or clone by using the host cell's machinery. It is often said that virus is a bad news wrapped in protein. Coronaviruses are a large family of positive single-stranded RNA viruses, that is plus ssRNA, that can be isolated in different animal species. For reasons yet to be explained, these viruses can cross interspecies barriers and can cause in humans illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as MERS and SARS. Interestingly, these latter viruses have probably originated from bats and then moved into other mammalian hosts. The dynamics of SARS-CoV-2 are currently unknown, but there is speculation that it also has an animal origin, most probably bat. Coronaviruses are positive single-stranded RNA viruses with a crown-like appearance under an electron microscope due to the presence of spike glycoproteins on the envelope. Coronum is a Latin word meaning crown. They are the largest known RNA viruses with RNA of around 30 kilobases. They have a 5' cap structure and 3' poly A tail. Now in brief, let's understand how coronaviruses multiply. The hallmark of coronavirus transcription is the production of multiple subgenomic mRNAs. These mRNAs contain sequences corresponding to both ends of the genome. We know coronavirus is a RNA virus. Here transcription is defined as the process whereby subgenome-sized mRNAs or sgRNAs are produced, while replication is the process where genome-sized RNA, which also function as mRNA, is produced. The process discontinuous transcription results in the generation of subgenomic mRNAs. Discontinuous transcription means here transcription begins at the 3' end of the template strand and move towards 5' end before jumping to the end of the template and copying the last nucleotides of the 5' end of the template. As a result, sgRNAs are smaller than template strand. The viral genomic RNA encodes both structural and non-structural proteins. Some non-structural proteins that have a critical role in viral RNA synthesis are called replicase transcriptase proteins, while other non-structural proteins are non-essential for replication and appear to confer a selective advantage in vivo. The coronavirus replicase transcriptase proteins genes are expressed by the translation of the viral genomic RNA. These replicase transcriptase proteins, together with other viral proteins and some cellular proteins, assemble into membrane-bound replication transcription complexes called RTC. These RTCs are organized in double membrane vesicles. Studies suggest that these RTCs are involved in synthesizing both genome and subgenome length RNA. Translation of these sgRNAs form different proteins that, together with genomic RNA produced by replication, form copies of the virus. And these viruses burst out of the host cell and infect other cells. The viral genome-coded non-structural proteins or SNPs are able to block the host innate immunoresponse. The subfamily Orthocoronaviridi of the Coronaviridae family classifies into 4 genera of coronaviruses. These are alpha coronavirus, beta coronavirus, delta coronavirus, and gamma coronavirus. Most of these large family of viruses can cause respiratory, enteric, hepatic, and neurological diseases in different animal species, including camels, cattle, cats, and bats. To date, seven human coronaviruses that are capable of infecting humans have been identified. Some of these were identified in mid-1960s, while others were only detected in last 20 years. SARS coronavirus 2 causing COVID-19 belongs to the beta coronavirus category. It has round or elliptical form with a diameter of approximately 60 to 140 nanometer. The RNA genome has 29,891 nucleotides, encoding for 9,860 amino acids. Like other coronaviruses, it is sensitive to ultraviolet rays and heat. Furthermore, these viruses can be effectively inactivated by lipid solvents, including ether, ethanol, chlorine containing disinfectant, peroxyacetic acid, and chloroform, except for chlorhexidine. In SARS-CoV-2, among the two spike-producing glycoproteins, that is S1 and S2, the S2 subunit is highly conserved. Thus, it can be a target for antiviral compounds. Scientists have proven that the genome of the new human coronavirus has 89% nucleotide similarity with bat SARS-like coronavirus and 82% similarity with the human coronavirus that caused SARS. Now, let's understand how the novel coronavirus is transmitted. as the first case of the COVID-19 disease were linked to direct exposure to the Huanan seafood wholesale market in Wuhan, it was presumed that animal to human transmission is the main mechanism. But the subsequent cases were not exposed to such conditions. This suggested that the virus could also be transmitted from human to human. This data suggests that the use of isolation is the best way to contain this pandemic. According to recent research, a spike mutation, which probably occurred in late November 2019, triggered jumping of the virus probably from bat into humans. Recent data suggested that the viral infection is capable of producing an excessive immunoreaction in the host, a reaction called cytokine storm. The effect is extensive tissue damage. Interleukin 6 or IL-6 is thought to cause the storm. We know that IL-6 is a cytokine that is produced by activated leukocytes and acts on a large number of cells and tissues. Although the main role played by IL-6 is pro-inflammatory, it can also have anti-inflammatory effects. IL-6 also increases during inflammatory diseases, infections, autoimmune disorders, cardiovascular diseases, and some types of cancer. This can lead to fever and multiple organ dysfunction, characteristic of COVID-19. As with other respiratory pathogens like flu and rhinovirus, the transmission of novel coronavirus is believed to occur through respiratory droplets from coughing and sneezing. Aerosol transmission is also possible. Analysis of data seems to indicate that close contact between individuals is necessary for transmission. Data suggests incubation time of the virus could range from 3 to 14 days. The clinical spectrum of COVID-19 varies from asymptomatic or minor symptoms to clinical conditions characterized by respiratory failure requiring mechanical ventilation and support in an intensive care unit or ICU. Sadly, till date, there is no specific antiviral treatment or vaccine present for COVID-19. The treatment is symptom-based. Major treatment intervention for patients with severe infection involve oxygen therapy. But treatments such as plasma therapy is giving us hope. We actually know very little about the science behind this novel coronavirus, but the scientific community is working day and night to solve this mystery. As we know more and more about this virus, the chances of defeating this pandemic will increase. These data are based on information available in published papers and reputed media websites as of 24th April 2020. Don't forget to subscribe and like, share our videos. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, and stay